T. Higgins, the Bengals' second-round draft pick in 2020, one at the start of the 2019 college football season. Many expected to be an easy first-round draft pick. Even on draft day, there was a lot of people expecting this guy to be a first-round draft pick. Fortunately for the Bengals, that wasn't the case, as Higgins no doubt had that first-round potential. Now the question becomes for these Bengals and for Higgins, what can we expect out of T. Higgins in his first season here in Cincinnati? The Bengals with a fresh QB coming to town. You may have heard of him, one they call Joe Burrow by chance, and an already solid wide receiver corpse feature in AJ Green, if he can stay healthy, of course. Tyler Boyd's in there as well. We know Coach Taylor, though, likes running those 3 wide receiver sets, so I don't think you look and say, oh, he's got Green, he's got Boyd, is there even going to be a chance for Higgins to get in the game? I don't think that's a problem here. I don't worry about that. Not as much as I would be concerned about all 3 of these guys getting the chance to eat, especially with a rookie QB behind center here. Especially when you have the chance to alleviate some pressure on that rookie quarterback because of how good of a running back you have in Joe Mixon on this team. Not to mention how much Higgins lines up in the slot this season rather than on the outside. Again, I think it'll have a big impact on his numbers. It's going to be important how they utilize this guy, I think, to his strengths when he first comes in here. I think he's going to be an all-around great wide receiver, but we'll see what he does here coming in his rookie season. And just taking a look at how other rookie wideouts have fared in their rookie seasons, I mean, just looking at guys like last season, you had DK Metcalf, probably one of the best rookie seasons of these guys from a target perspective. 100 targets, 58 catches, 900 yards. You had Marquis Brown, who was, I think that was 500s or so. Again, that Ravens offense, it wasn't a big pass attack offense, though, so you can't hold too much of that against Brown. You had Deebo Samuel bringing 800 yards last season. You had A.J. Brown of the Bills bringing 1,000 yards last season on 84 targets. Then just, looking at some bigger names from the past, DeAndre Hopkins, 802 yards his first season. Julio Jones, 959 his first season. The 1,000-yard receiving mark is often that line looked at is a great season or just an all-right one, I guess you would say, but I don't really think you look at something like that from a rookie perspective. I think it's a completely different story here, so I ain't worried about that 1,000-yard mark for T. Higgins this season to say, oh, he's done if he can't get it. Not a big deal. Being, obviously, you're still working your way into the lineup. You're still learning the ropes, the playbook. Naturally, your target share, it's just not going to be there. The coach is going to slowly work you into the system. Maybe throughout the season, second half of the season, you see him implemented more and more here. AJ Green, it's funny, though, we did bring up, these rookie seasons, was a rare exception here who's seen 115 targets his first year. And it's interesting because T. Higgins really does remind you a lot of A.J. Green with the size, the length, his ability to go up and get the ball. But the big difference between then and now was it was the A.J. Green show. There wasn't much more around A.J. Green at the time, and the Bengals really groomed Andy into just throwing the football to A.J. Green every time. Burrow comes in, a much different scenario here, a much different quarterback that really knows how to spread the ball around. He does a very good job of identifying the coverages and finding the man that he's going to have, the best matchup with and throwing the ball his way here. In other words, I think there's no question Higgins is still going to get his looks, a lot of them in 3-man sets, but he's not going to be that 100-plus target type of guy we see, not in the first season at least. Down the road, sure. First season, I don't think that's going to happen here for Higgins. I do, however, think he is that future true number 1 for the Bengals. But for now, especially with the pandemic and all going on, it's possible we see him start the season a little bit slower and he really starts to kick it in the gear here in the second half. We're predicting 51 receptions on 84 targets with 815 receiving yards. And as far as touchdowns are concerned, that's going to be very dependent on how this Bengals offense operates this season. If they can finish in the top half of the league from an offensive standpoint, I think Higgins could easily rake in 7 to 9 TDs this season with the size he brings and the touchdown prowess he can as well. That is our T. Higgins prediction. Would love to hear you guys think, your thoughts. As always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.